Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Final Fantasy X. Now, if you watched my last episode, what we did is went around and collected everybody's celestial weapons. And in this one, what we're going to be doing is going around and collecting all of the hidden Aeons. Now, if you've played Final Fantasy X yourself, or you've been following my playthrough, you'll know that just by following the main story, you can collect 5 Aeons. So you got Veil for Ifrit, Ixion, Shiva, and Bahamut. Now, you can finish the game with just using those 3. You don't actually have to get any of the hidden ones, but there is, in fact, as I'll show you here, 3 hidden Aeons that you can collect. So there's your Veil for your Ifrit, your Ixion, your Shiva, and your Bahamut. But the 3 hidden ones you can get are Anima, which is probably the coolest Aeon in the game. Also has by far the best overdrive in the game. And then you can collect Yojimbo, which, depending on how high your affinity is with him or how much money you want to throw at him, he has the ability to basically one-shot any enemy in the game, even like super bosses like Penance or any of the Dark Aeons or anything like that. And then I know there's 3 here, but these technically count as 1. They're called the Mega Sisters. You can these work a little bit different to the other Aeons. So like, obviously, as you've seen me use these lot before, then you can use these Aeons as normal, like fight with them, use summon magic and whatever else, except Yojimbo's slightly different because you have to pay him to do a move. But these ones here, you could just kind of sort of ask them politely whether or not they can do an attack for you, and they may or may not do it. But yeah, they've got a pretty cool overdrive as well, but it's like, I think it goes on for like a minute and a half, the whole animation. And yeah, Animus is just so much better. So anyway, we shall... Oh, I will want to point out, like at the point of me recording this as well, by the way, I've just finished going through the entirety of the sphere grid, ready to start taking on the Dark Aeons. So I do want to point out that when you get these Aeons at the start, they won't be this powerful, as you can see, with like 43,000 HP or whatever else, but they are quite powerful, especially Anima. I think even when you first get Anima, you could one-shot pretty much like anything you come across other than super bosses. But anyway, yeah, we're going to start off with collecting Yojimbo. So Yojimbo is... you can get him by following the main story too. Start off with Yojimbo. What you have to do is, once you've finished everything in the Calmlands, you'll come out towards Mount Gagazet this way. And then when you get to this part here, just about to cross this bridge, you'll get a little cutscene, which will look something like this.
This isn't the way in?
That way leads down into the valley.
Wow, you know your way around, yeah? Huh?
And after that little cutscene, you've got a choice whether you want to carry on over the bridge up to Mount Gagazet, or you want to stroll on down here and ignore Lulu. Go down into the valley, as she says. And then when you get down here, you'll find a save sphere and a little cave entrance here. When you approach this cutscene, you'll get a little bit more of sort of a backstory on Lulu and whatever else. But when you start to go into the cave, you'll get another cutscene like this.
Where are we?
The faith is inside. As are the fiends.
Hey, this where...
Where? What?
The summoner I guarded on my first pilgrimage died here. Yuna, let's go. The faith awaits.
Way to make you awkward, Walker. Just stare at her. Now after that little cutscene, what you're going to want to do is make your way into the cave and then make your way to the back of it. Now there are monsters in here, depending on how well you've been leveling in the game and whatever else, they can be quite powerful. If you watch my playthrough, you'll know that there's little pot monster things in this one, little aliens inside a pot. You can't actually kill them, so you want to run away. There's also Mulbers in here, so you've got to be very careful of those as well. But as you can see, there is a teleporter here. I can't remember if it's active the first time you come in here. I don't think it is until you've gone to the back of the cave. But I have, so I'm going to jump on it now to make this a bit quicker. There's also some chests and an Albed primer in here if you want it. And then when you get to the back of the cave, I'll just run back here to the save sphere. There's a save sphere right near the back. You're going to come down here, and then when you get to this back room, you'll be introduced with another cutscene offering a bit more of Lulu's backstory, so it should look something like this.
Pat, another Guado fiend?
No, an unsent.
It is. It's you, is it not, Lady Ginham?
So that's a summoner.
Forgive me. I was too young. There is no human left in you now, is there? Very well then. Allow me to perform my last duty to you. My last as your guardian.
That's the summoner that Lulu was guarding on her first pilgrimage. You don't really have to summon an Aeon here to battle him. He's got nothing to steal either. You get no reward for beating him, so you can just beat him down. Essentially like a summoner battle with Balgamine. You get nothing for beating it or overkilling it or anything. So, but that there is the Aeon that we're in here for. That's the first hidden Aeon. Just gonna wail on him with Titus to get his overdrive up. Getting smacked in the face by his dog. Let's poke it with Kimari. Poke it with Riku, just for giggles. Use Titus again. Oh, he's flopping over already. He's below half HP. Smack it in the face with Walker. I know why I'm doing this, because again, I just said you don't get no AP for it, so it's just force of habit at this point. Let's slice him up. Really? That wasn't an overkill? Alright, well, what if I twat you in the face with Oren then? Is that going to overkill you? No, because he did 6,000 damage. Wait, Walker. Walker only did 1,800.
Strange. I thought it would be sadder somehow. Maybe I've gotten used to farewells.
You're stronger now.
Waka, I hope you're right.
No, Lulu, you're not stronger. Come cuddle me. I will comfort you.
Luna, the faith is inside. Go do what you came to do.
So as you can see, you obviously have to fight the summoner who's using Yojimbo himself, so you get a little taster of the moves he does and things like that. After you've dealt with that, the teleporter should be on the floor here, and you, as you can see by the little map in the top left here, there's a room on either side of currently where we are, so you can use this teleporter, as you can see here, to teleport into those rooms and gain some extra loot, and then when you're ready, you want to proceed to the back of the arrow here and teleport into the Chamber of Fate, like this.
I am the Blade of Vengeance. They dare only whisper my name. Yojimbo. Summoner, I ask you, what do you want of me?
I want you to cuddle me and stroke my hair, tell me everything will be alright. Okay, so when it comes to Yojimbo, he's not like most Aeons, well, he's not like any of the Aeons that we've got so far. So when we got to the Chamber of the Faith on all the other Aeons, from like P.44 to Bahamut, all you have to do is pray and they join your service. However, Yojimbo, you have to pay him. And there is a trick to it. So if you choose to defeat the most powerful enemies here, that will give you the best starting price.
If you desire my strength, you must pay my price. Make your offer.
So obviously he's asking us for 250,000 gil, and then we'll get him. Now you remember earlier on, and I said in the game we've got like 200 and whatever gil we had at the time. I said, oh, we're loaded, but not for long. This is why. So there's a couple of tricks you could do here. If you offer him triple what he's asking, if you want to sit around and grind until you've got like 750,000, if you offer him triple that, he will join you, you will have higher affinity with him, and he will also give you like a couple of teleport spheres as a reward. Like the way Yojimbo works is when you summon him, you have to pay him in order for him to do a move. So the more, like as you saw when we fought him, he kicked me in the face with his dog. That's his basic attack, which he will do if you don't give him much money. He has a couple of other attacks which he'll do if you give him more. And then he's got his Zanmoto attack, which will like instantly kill all enemies. You can use it on like the Dark Aeons, you can use it on like the tough creatures at the battle center. If you really want. It's very cheesy if you do it. You know, you can do it, but it's cheesy if you do, you know, it's not like, I don't class it as a proper way of doing it. But yeah, you can do it if you offer him loads of money. So the trick, if you're not going to offer him like triple the amount here, if you don't have enough money, like I'm not going to bother. The trick to get him down to the best price is, first off, as you can see, he's asked for 250,000. So what you're going to do is offer him about half of his offer, so 125, and then plus 1 on the end of it, so 125,000 plus 1. That should give, he should then come back with a counter offer.
Have a deal?
And then for this one, you want to offer him about 70-ish% of what he's asked for. So he's asked for 225. You want to offer him around about the 160,000 mark. So if I'm going to put, say something like that. So about 160,000.
Do we have a deal?
And then for this one, again, you want to offer him about half, like 70% again of his offer. So
Do we have a deal?
and this pretty much is the best you'll get him down to. You won't get him down really any cheaper than that. You could try, but it's very finicky here at the end. So the best bet here is to just offer him what he's at, like what he wants. So he wants about that, doesn't he? So yeah, 198,900. So that's pretty much the cheapest you will get him, unless you really, really want to try your luck. And then you can offer him somewhere in the 180,000 mark. So somewhere between 180,000 and what he's asking now. And that's pretty much the best you're going to get. You're not going to get him any lower than that. So I'm just going to give him what he's asking for.
Adequate. You are my client henceforth. My sword shall guard you on your journey, Summoner.
And there we go. We now have Yojimbo. After you acquire Yojimbo, you will be returned back into the cave like this. Now, what I suggest you do is leave the cave from using this teleporter. It should be active now that you've dealt with Lulu's ex-summoner. Yeah, I suggest you step on the teleporter, teleport back to the entrance, and leave the cave that way. Depending, obviously, on what stage of the game you come to get Yojimbo. If you come here after you've acquired the airship, it's still better to leave from this teleporter than that and leave the cave that way, because if you come down here and try to tap on the save sphere and board the airship, just past this line here you will bump into the priest and he will summon Dark Yojimbo. Now again, I don't know what point of the game you'll be at, but I'm assuming you won't be in any shape to beat him. He is one of the easier ones to beat, but he's still like super strong and probably will end up killing you. So yeah, just to be safe, leave via the teleporter and then just exit the cave this way. And hopefully we bump into an encounter so we can see what Yojimbo's like. And there you go. Well, it's a nice easy one. Let's summon Yuna. And we'll check out Yojimbo.
Please clear us a path.
Yeah, chop him up. Like I say, he's not like most of the other Aeons you got. This time you have to pay him to actually do something, so yes, ignore my money there. I do have a lot because I'm near the end game here trying to fight the Dark Aeons, so. But we'll give him one gil. See what he does with that. See if we can get a couple of different attacks out of him. I think he's got 4 maximum damage. He's got 4 attacks, so he's got the Ninja Star one you just saw. He's got a dog kicking attack. He's got Wakashi, which hits all enemies, and then he's got obviously Zanmoto, which instantly kills anything. Let's try 10 gil, see what he does. Hopefully we get something different. Yeah, we got the dog kick. And then let's try 100 gil, see if we get something different with that. And then Wakashi. And there you go. That is Yojimbo in a nutshell. Obviously we missed out on Zanmoto, but I'm not going to throw him £1,000,000 at this point of the game just to use Zanmoto. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's how much you have to pay him, but yeah, obviously the more you pay him, the more chance you've got of using it. And it does kill all enemies, including Penance and the Dark Aeons and Seymour, for example. All of those in one hit, no matter what. So you can do it that way. But anyway, that's Yojimbo. Next, we're going to move on to Anima. Now, Anima is a little bit trickier to get than all the other Aeons. There are certain things that need to be done in order for you to be able to attain him or her. I say her, you'll find out why in a moment as part of the story. One of the most important things is you need to have collected all of the hidden treasures from all of the Cloister of Trials throughout the main story. So for instance, in Besaid, where you get Veil in the Cloister of Trials there will be a hidden treasure. Same with the Kiliki Temple with Ifrit, same as the Jose with Ixion, and again in Macalania with Shiva, and again with Baval when you get Bahamut. There's a hidden treasure in all of those. You need to have collected all of those treasures in order to be able to get Anima. If you missed one for whatever reason, then you can always go back there and do it when you've got the airship, but in a couple of the temples it becomes a bit trickier because there's one of the Dark Aeons waiting. So if you miss the one in Besaid, for example, Dark Veilful will be there waiting for you. If you miss the one in Macalania, then Dark Shiva will be waiting for you. So it's important that you grab those like hidden treasures when you're in the Cloister of Trials for the first time. I do have obviously walkthroughs for all of those Cloister of Trials throughout my playthrough, so, and I'm sure there's other videos that you can check if you want to know exactly where to get them or how to get them. Once you've met all those criteria, you come back to Zanakan like I have when you have the airship, and then you make your way to where you initially completed the Cloister of Trials before you fight the Zanakan Keeper, where you got to step on all them blocks. You make your way back here and run up the steps, and you'll be met with a cutscene where you see Donna, and it should look like this.
What good is this place? All that trouble getting here only to find ruins.
Well, a lot's happened. You should know. There's no more final summoning.
What do you mean?
Hey, we've got a plan, okay?
And this plan's going to work?
It has to!
So, you're saying it's all in your hands now? Fine. You do what you like, however you like. I'll just wait my turn. Well, it doesn't matter who does the deed, but are you sure you're up to it?
You just watch. We'll get Sin.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Bartalo, shall we?
After that brief cutscene with Donna, all you have to do is make your way to the Zanakan Trials again, which is through this door. So this is the Zanakan Trials. Like I said before, the whole point of this now is to light up only the white squares. Like before as well, if you step on the wrong one, it resets them all and you gotta do it all over again. Now if you look on the screen, you'll notice that there's 7 white squares, which means there's 7 on the floor for you to step on. I think there's 3 in this room, 4 in the other. But these ones are pretty easy to see. There's one here. There's one here. And there's one here. You go in here. Just be careful not to fall into the trap like I do half the time and step on that because you're not paying attention. Now, the ones in this room are a little bit more difficult to see, but there's obviously one here, which is the easiest one to spot. Now this one here in the middle is another one. And then there's one here, right in the middle again. And then just be careful not to step on any of the other nodes. And then the last one is just here. See, that now changes to a glyph. And then the destruction sphere is shown. So you take the destruction sphere from here, pop it in one of these. I think it's this one here, and it blows up the screen. Yes, and there is your last treasure. Magistral Rod. I don't remember if it's any good or not. Half MP cost? I mean, not terrible. Now what we have to do is to travel to the Barge Temple. So I shall bring you back when I'm at the Barge Temple. So we're at Barge Temple. Now assuming that you did what I did and defeat the fish to get Lulu's celestial weapon, you should be free to dive in the water. And head for the little green square for a door. And you can swim through. And then you go up. And you should see the doorway. Walk through the doorway. Now again, assuming you followed my walkthrough here and got all of the hidden treasures for the destruction spheres and all the temples, it's now just a simple case of walking up to each one and touching them all. There's a chest. That's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, basically just walk up to them all like this and they will highlight. I was going to grab the chest first, but okay. Mega Phoenix. So then we'll come to this way. This is Shiva's. And then we got this one, which is Bahamut's. And then this one, which is Ifrit's. On that chest as well, please. There we go. And then we got this one, which is Aeons. And then we got this one, which is Xanakin. And the veil should break. And now you're free to go and get probably one of the coolest Aeons there is in the game. With a little bit of a plot story twist here as well.
You are Maester Seymour's mother.
So you know, yet still you seek my aid. My son, do you not hate him?
Yep, with a passion.
It is all right. He is the one who sowed the seeds of hatred. He is to blame. But I am at fault for letting him become what he was. He was always alone, half guardo, half man. I wanted to give him the strength to live by himself. And so I became a faith. But because I let him taste power, he began to thirst for more. He was not satisfied with my Aeon. He wanted more power.
And he found sin.
Yes. Come, summoner. I will bestow you with my power. The Dark Aeon, Anima. Destroy sin, and my son's obsession with it. Though it is small recompense for what I did to him.
Anima. Yay! We have obtained Anima.
Now that we have Anima, that is 2 out of the 3 hidden Aeons collected, so only 1 more to go, and the last one is the Mega Sisters. Now, you get the Mega Sisters in the Remium Temple, which is in the Calmlands, so we've probably been there about 60 times already. But yeah, I'll bring you back when I get to Remium Temple. Okay, so here we are at Remium Temple. Now, as with both Anima and Yojimbo, the Mega Sisters require you to do a couple of things first before you can acquire them. You're going to need to get your hands on something called a Blossom Crown and something called a Flower Scepter before you can unlock them, because that's what breaks the seal on the Chamber of Faith like Anima when you collected all the treasures. To get the Blossom Crown, what you have to do is go to Mount Gagazet and capture at least one of every monster there. That's the monsters up the snowy windy path from where the Brontos block your path to Seymour. And that also includes the inside of Mount Gagazet Cave, you know, where the behemoths are and the mandragores and stuff. That's also including all the ones in the water as well. You need to capture one of every one of them. Once you've captured at least one of every one of them, make your way back to the guy in the battle arena, have a word with him, and he should give you the Blossom Crown as a reward. Once you have the Blossom Crown, essentially all that's left to get is the Flower Scepter. I'm assuming you're doing this after you've got the airship anyway, but you can't really get the Flower Scepter until you have the airship. What you need to do to get the Flower Scepter is collect all of the Aeons so far up to the Mega Sisters. So that's P.44 to Bahamut, and then Yojimbo and Anima as well. And once you have all of those, make your way to Remium Temple like I have here, and make your way inside. Because what you're going to have to do inside is essentially another summoner battle with Balgamine. As with all the other summoner battles with Balgamina, this one is pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is you now have to work your way through all of her Aeons from P.44 to the Mega Sisters. But the problem is, if you haven't gone and collected Yojimbo yet, or you haven't gone and collected Anima yet, then obviously she won't have them, so you can't beat them. And I think if it's when you beat her Anima, or Bahamut, I can't remember which off the top of my head, I think it's her Anima though. She will then give you the Flower Scepter as a reward, and in the back room of this temple is where the Mega Sisters are. So as soon as you collected the Flower Scepter offer as a reward, you can then make your way to the back thing, collect the Mega Sisters, and then battle her Mega Sisters, if you get what I mean.
Well, Yuna, shall we see how well your training serves you?
I'll do my best. So yeah, so as before, all you gotta do is fight your way through all of her Aeons, and then once you beat Anima, she will give you a Flower Scepter, I think it is, and that's the last item you need to get the Mega Sisters.
Very well. Now, are you ready?
So, start with P.44. Doesn't matter who you summon, obviously, just kick her ass and you'll be good to go.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
It's also the same as the last fight. It doesn't matter whether you overkill it or not, because you don't get nothing for an overkill, just so long as you beat her. I'm obviously going to summon Anima because Anima's the best. And then Anima's got some pretty powerful magics, he's got some pretty powerful skills, and then he's got pain and he's got attack. There you go. One hit, boom, dead. 24,000 damage with a normal attack.
Stop. That is enough.
Stop. That isn't enough. You've kicked my arse.
Ah, you have made some progress. And for that, I am glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
Lightning gems. Thank you very much. I'm gonna... Just for this, I'm going to put the Aeon thing on short.
You've got quite a name to live up to, daughter of Braska.
It's time we'll fight Ifrit.
Very well. Now.
Yeah, so this basically means that the Aeon's animation is the short version. For us anyway, not for her.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Again, doesn't matter who you pick. I'm picking Anima just because Anima is cool. There you go, a lot shorter of an animation. And then... boom! 40,000 now. This is a short way of doing it.
Stop. That is enough.
Please stop. You beat him into a pulp.
Ah, you have made some progress. And for that, I am glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
30x potions. Why, thank you very much, dear.
I will be the judge of your Aeon strength. Are you good enough, I wonder?
Have you not learnt yet? And this time it's
Very
Ixion.
well. Now. Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Ooh, I wonder who I'll pick this time. Ooh, let's do an attack. Let's see how much damage we do this time. 37,000.
Stop. That is enough. Ah, you have made some progress. Take this.
Chocobo feathers. And next. Just basically gotta keep going
Yuna,
until...
Shall we see how well your training serves you?
Gotta keep going until she gives you Blossom Scepter.
Very
Shiva!
well. Now. Choose your Aeon.
Ooh. Decisions. And attack. Oh, she missed. Try again. There you go. 97. This is straight up bullying her at this point.
Stop. That is enough.
97,000 damage.
Ah, you have.
I've made some
this.
progress in
It may
pummeling
come-
you into the ground. Mega potions. Bahamut
You've got-
next.
Very well. Now.
Like, Bahamut is pretty cool though, as an Aeon. I like him in Final Fantasy 8 as well. He looks kind of like an Aerodactyl. I'm not a big fan of his Final Fantasy 15 form though. Ooh. Absolutely no idea who I'm going to pick here. The size different. Boing! 50,000 damage. Just by looking at it.
Stop. That is enough.
Please, please stop.
Ah, you have... Take this.
Ah, there we go. Flower scepter. Now, don't walk into that circle again. Walk around her. And you'll see this glowy thing here. Tap on it. Doors are sealed by a strange power. Try using the Blossom Crown. That gets rid of one. Broken the seal, but not completely. Flower scepter. Boom. Broken the seal. And there we go, we've got the Mega Sisters. So there's three of them. There's Cindy, Sandy, and Mindy. We obtain the Mega Sisters and obtain all Aeons. A couple of achievements there. And that's it. That's basically how you get all of the Aeons. Now we can continue battling Balgamine, which I'm going to do just to finish off her little like sort of story arc. So I also get to show you
got what it takes to...
also show you how the Mega Sisters work, because again, like
Very well. Before we begin, now.
Like Yojimbo, they don't work like the normal set of Aeons, like Anima and that. They kind of have their own weird little thing.
Choose your Aeon.
There you go. You can see the animation when she summons them, but their overdrive. Actually, no, this is the first time, so it'll show you the whole thing. Yeah, because this is the first time we're summoning them, they'll actually show the entire animation. There you go. So again, you can't really decide what they do. You can just give them a choice to do as they want. You can try and ask them to fight, use offensive magic, or just go away. So I'll let this one do as she pleases. She uses auto life. And then this one does as she pleases. She uses Passado. She straight up overkills it. And the other one didn't have a go, but yeah, you get the point. You can choose, kind of ask them to do something, and then they'll choose whether or not they actually want to do it or not. I think it all comes down to like your affinity with them, essentially.
Ah, you have made... Take this.
Shadow gems. But they have an overdrive thing, which is like really powerful, but I think the whole entire animation is like 2 minutes long.
Well, Yuna, shall we see?
This time she's using
Very
Anima.
well. Now.
So we can't use Anima this time.
Choose your Aeon.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna go for the Mega Sisters. Let's try offensive magic and skill. Oh no, she's taking a break. Can you fight, possibly? Stab it with your 20,000 damage with a butt stab. Can you fight? 80,000 damage. Straight up bullying her, man. This is hilarious. By the way, the fat one decides to do nothing.
Enough.
God. I don't know why she stood there all menacingly. She did nothing.
Take this.
Stamina Springs. And then finally, we get to fight her Mega Sisters.
If you've got... Very well. Now.
Am I ready? Yes, I'm ready. Why can't we have a Mega Sisters versus Mega Sisters?
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Ooh. Who do I pick? Now I want to show you Anima's Overdrive because it is like the coolest thing ever, so I'm going to try and get it built up without being killed. I don't know how strong hers are. Ah, that was terrible. Let's boost again, I guess. I don't know if Cure works on Anima because he's technically a dark one. Thank you. Alright, now for the coolest overdrive you've ever seen in your life.
Stop. That is enough.
Stop, please stop. That is like the coolest overdrive ever.
You have
That is
made
so
some
in it.
progress, and for that, take this.
Shining gems.
Thank you. Perhaps you'll teach me again someday?
That's not possible. You have already surpassed your father. There is nothing more I can teach you. My work here on Spira is done. Time for me to go.
Send her.
So you got a choice here whether you could want to send her or not. If you don't send her, she stays around here, and you can keep battling around to get items off her, but they're like reduced rewards, so they're nothing special. But just for the story, we're gonna send her.
Yes.
It is in your hands. Destroy sin and save Spira.
And there you go, there's the moon sigil as well. We needed to power up Yuna's weapon to the max. So we should have everything now. Needed, yes, everything now to power up Yuna's weapon to the maximum.
And there you have it. That is how to get all of the hidden Aeons in the game. Hopefully this helped some of you if you were stuck and couldn't figure out how to get any of them for whatever reason. Next, I'll probably work on getting all of the sigils so I can power up everybody's celestial weapons, which is just going to be a massive pain in the ass because some of the minigames are just really, really irritating. But yeah, again, hopefully some of this helps, and let's move on to the sigils. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider watching some of my other videos, maybe smashing that like button or dropping a sub. You don't have to, of course, it's entirely up to you. Like I said, it just helps me out and helps my channel grow. Most of all, though, a massive thank you to those of you who are watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.